yes, I know I look 12 with this headband. Let's just get it out of the way. Anyway, hey guys, it's Sarah. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now in the fandom, and there's going to be a lot coming soon as well, between Dunkirk promo and Back to You promo, and everything that Louis and Harry are doing. But anyway, there's quite a few topics to talk about today, so here's the latest news that's been happening in the past couple days. Okay, so first of all, I was going to include this in my last video, but I didn't see it until after making the video, which happens a lot. So on Louis' Instagram, he posted a teaser of the Back to You music video, which killed me. Everything Louis and Harry do kill me. Guys, I'm trying not to be biased right now. Like, even if I was not a fan of One Direction, not a fan of Louis Tomlinson, whatever, I would still be so excited for the song because if you guys just heard the beat, like, that tune is a bop. Like, only 7 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, got released and that's already my favorite song. That's just my professional opinion. So yeah, July 21st is gonna be a busy day. And not only that, I have a doctor's appointment on that day, so I feel like I should cancel that. Or maybe I need it because I'll need a doctor anyway. And speaking of Louis' social media activity, he posted this on his Instagram story and it says Studio Day. Can we just talk about how Louis' shirt matches his eyes? Like, all I saw was blue. I was overwhelmed with a blue wave of Louis Tomlinson. And then he goes on Twitter and says, back in the studio again today. Anyone want to give me some title ideas? The fact that he would ask us for title ideas, like he trusts us, because girl, I could think of many. I mean, my ideas may or may not have been Larry Stylinson related. I mean, I was not ashamed to tweet Louis and say his song title should be Oops Met High, we share that really, etc. But even though Louis didn't respond to me, he did respond to a lot of other fans' comments, and this was gold. So this fan says, chicken and chili, and he says in as a correction. Okay, we all know that chicken and chili rap, and I thought it was chicken and chili, but it's chicken in chili. Joint lit.
Joint lit.
Oh, and look, this person says, happy days, and he says, maybe, actually. And this person says, please tease us with some lyrics, and he says, I just keep on coming back to you. Wow, no shit. Louis, the song is called Back to You. Of course, that's probably the line. And this one was good. Write a song about Niall. And he says, could be a good way to incorporate Irish folk to the album. Can I just say that it's funny how Louis will respond to a fan saying that he should sing about Niall, and he responds in like a joking, funny way. But then a person says write about Harry, and he ignored that one. Now, I would like to think that Louis maybe just didn't see the tweet, he was looking at other ones, because I mean, he did respond to one more saying dig deep, but some fans are speculating that Louis did in fact see the tweet about Harry and he just ignored it because he didn't know like how to respond. So yeah, maybe Louis just didn't see the tweet, but in my opinion, he was probably thinking, all my songs are written about Harry, I've already done that one. So obviously he wasn't gonna respond to that one. But that's just me. And this fan says, write a song about our relationship, like between you and us as the fans and how we all love each other. And Louis says, already done that one. See, if Louis responded that same way to the Harry tweet, that would have been gold. Like, write about Harry, already done that one. That would have broke the internet. But you know what, we don't need reassurance, we already know he's written about Harry. And after Louis tweeted about going to the studio and responding to fans, a lot of people started to speculate that Louis was probably hanging out with Harry the past few days that he had off. What did he do the last couple of days? On Monday, he was finished with the studio, and today he is back. Harry arrives in LA, Louis and Harry are MIA for days, Harry appears in LA today, Louis appears in LA at the same day once again. They disappeared at the same time, then popped up at the same time. July 4th, Harry flies to America, then there's July 5th, 6th, and 7th that they're MIA, and then Louis tweets, back to the studio again today. Okay, what? To be honest, I'm not even surprised by this timeline anymore. We get this all the time. Like, Louis will go on break, and then Harry and Louis will be MIA for so long, and then they'll reappear at the same time, same day, after a few days. Again, since this happened so many times, I'm not saying it's a coincidence anymore. And this tweet says, I told him, oh, you're going to the studio? And he goes, yeah, just gotta get me a cup of coffee to wake me up. Literally me. And this says, Louis working in the studio while his hubs is out and about in LA. He dropped his burrito at the studio. Burrito, aka boyfriend. Now, this is not confirmed. There's no picture proof that Harry dropped Louis off at the studio. We can only imagine. But guys, not only are we getting tweets that Louis and Harry are both in LA, we got picture proof as well. So yeah, like always, Louis and Harry photos get released on the same day. Again, this happens all the time. So here are some pictures of Louis with fans, and then here are some pictures of Harry with fans. And antis still want us to believe that they never hung out. Same place, same day. But speaking of new Harry photos, Harry was wearing black and pink striped pants, and these were the same pants he wore in the new Dunkirk interview. I will get to that later. And also, if you guys zoom in, you can see Harry's screensaver. Can you guys see what Harry's screensaver is? Because it doesn't look like anything. All I can see is the time. And also, by looking at the picture, some people were mentioning that it looks like Harry shaves his arms. Like, you can't see any hair on his arms, unless it's light. But he doesn't have blonde hair or fair skin, so I'm surprised his hair would be light. Does he get it bleached? Does he shave it? Because I don't see any hair on his arms. I have more hair than he does. Damn. In the interview, it was just Harry and Finn, and yes, I heard that's how you pronounce his name. The O is silent, but I still want to call him Fiona because I just love that shit. So yeah, I'm not going to show the interview in this video because copyright, so I'll leave a link down below. In my opinion, it wasn't that exciting. It was stuff we've already heard before, and to be honest, I have one little complaint about the interview. Even though we didn't hear the interviewer's questions, it kind of seemed like all the questions were directed at Harry, and I feel like Finn only got to speak a couple times, and when the question was directed towards Finn, it was about Harry. Like, oh, how did you like working with Harry? What did you expect from him? Blah, 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 blah. So I didn't really think that was fair, but again, this is not Harry's fault. Harry was actually very humble during the interview. He never bragged. You could tell that Harry never tried to make it just about himself, even though the questions were directed more towards him. And Finn was kind of just like sitting there. But one thing I found very interesting about the interview was that Harry and Finn auditioned together. Like, I didn't know that. And Finn said that's why they're very close. How much you want to bet that people are gonna start shipping them and writing fan fiction and creating blogs? Listen, I don't think I'll ever ship them, but yeah, they're cute together. Larry all the way. But this says, walked in to interview Harry Styles today and he remembered me from our One Direction interview where we sang. Great guy. I like how everybody who meets Harry, they just say he's a great guy. Like, that's everybody. And guys, check this out. Harry and Finn Whitehead will be on the Today Show on the 19th and 21st of July. According to NBC listings, Harry and Finn will appear between the 7 to 9 a.m. on the 19th, and they will then appear in the 9 to 10 a.m. hour on the 21st. The fuck? Okay, so we're getting the movie, we're getting the song, and now we're getting a Today Show interview of Harry and Finn. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, too much is going on at once. Guys, on the week of the 21st, expect either a long video or a lot of videos. And the sad part is, I won't be done with work by then, so I'll still be busy while all this is going on, so I'm going to lose sleep. Not that I ever get sleep, but, you know, whatever. And this says, do you know how James Corden often invites actors and singers to his show, especially when they have something new out? Well, James, my dear, actor Harry Styles has a new film out on July 21st, and singer Louis Tomlinson has a new song on the same day. How about, do you invite them to discuss their new projects, and maybe have them playing Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts? I think that'd be funny. Think about it, mate. Yas, James, do it. I think James secretly wants to do that, but he knows it would create a lot of chaos. He knows the internet would break if he ever interviewed Louis and Harry by themselves at the same time. But you know what, James? You would get more views. So yeah, I think we should all tweet at James or start a hashtag because this has to happen. Speaking of Harry, this is kind of old news. It happened a couple months ago on SNL, but Harry wrote a note that got released and it says, Thanks for all of the help this week. Just some Oreos for the road if you could. Also, the light bulb is out. Can we just take a minute to notice the big chunk that is ripped out of this piece of paper? Like, who bit that? It looks like someone just ate that whole corner of the paper. It also kind of looks like Harry tried to smoothly rip a piece of paper out of a journal, you know, like when you try to do this, but he failed miserably. This is the fail. But also, guys, can we just appreciate this little heart that Harry drew on the note? Like, I can't. And just asking for Oreos on the road if you could. If you could. How much do you want to bet Louis was there? Because Harry's all healthy and Louis eats more of that stuff, so Harry probably was asking about the Oreos for Louis. It's probably reaching, but whatever. And then lastly, on Twitter, Miss You One Direction was trending worldwide. And as you guys probably saw on my Twitter, I tweeted out how that hashtag is very underestimated, very underappreciated. We don't just miss One Direction. We have separation anxiety. It's gotten to be too much. We are sad. We are in this state of depression. And the only way to fix that is for them to come back. But you know what? At least One Direction are still releasing stuff. We're still seeing their faces pretty much every day. So it's like they kind of didn't even leave at all. But oh my god, the day they come back, ooh, the internet will break. So anyway, guys, that is it for today. That is all the news. Please leave all your comments down below. And before I go, you guys should really go support Liam and check out his song Get Low. It is such a bop. The music video is pretty trippy, and I think we should support Liam like we do with all the boys. So please go give that video some views. And like always, I make a video whenever I want, so like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. What should they do, Harry?
They should subscribe to this channel.
There you go. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.